Man, I'm already on. I'm already on. Good to see you, Jack. Welcome. You guys ready for a little walk? Who's in the room? We got 4 people in the room. Hey, look at this. We're in a spot that I've never seen before. We're here across the street from the courthouses. This is the federal courthouse, and then here's the post office with bankruptcy court and the Pierpont Plaza. Good to see you there, Dave. Good to see you there, Guy Heyman. Me candy out there in the future. Bienvenue. Look at this, Juneteenth Grove. This is pretty cool. So I was going to take a bus to go down to where I am going to begin. Juneteenth Grove, Jim. I've never seen this before. Good to see you. KC Pilot's in the house. Good to see you, KC Pilot. All right. Anders, good to see you. So I was going to take a bus down to Dumbo, but evidently the B25 is not running. And then I saw Juneteenth Grove here, so I was like, you know what, let me check this out. Fulton Street. Well, I'm not going in that direction. That's over there. I'm going to go over the Brooklyn Bridge. So, unfortunately, hold on one second, guys. Gimbal not liking me right now. Yeah, we're going to hit up Brooklyn Bridge. So I'm not going to go in this direction here. I'm actually going to go down to Dumbo. But, I mean, these benches are pretty cool. Did not know this existed. Good to see you there, Lori. Welcome. But what we are going to do is we're going to see how this neighborhood is. We have plenty of battery. Good to see you, Miss Blee. Good to see you, Miss Blee. No train, no bus, Bob. I was on the train. I took the subway out here. I don't know why you're saying no train, but good to see you, Williams. And a very nice morning. I don't think so, Jim. I think this is brand new. But I was going to take the bus down to Dumbo, but the Dumbo bus, the B25, is not running. But I did take the R train here. We'll be taking the R train back. The train actually was way better today. Shout out to the MTA for making the train absolutely freezing cold. It felt so nice. Are the trains clean? Very clean. They smell clean. Yeah, me too, Jim. Yeah, don't touch anything. Yeah, exactly. I have lots of stuff to wipe myself down with, so I have lots of stuff to wipe myself and items down with. I do think of it like Fallout, and somebody did take my idea and re-edit the Protect and Survive films for coronavirus, which is pretty funny. You could find that right here on YouTube. But who knows how many steps I'm going to walk right now. I'm going to be here for a while, though. We're going to make our way down to the Pizza Alley. Very iconic vistas and views coming up in a few moments. And then we'll make our way up Washington Street. We'll walk up the stairway onto the bridge. We will walk over the bridge. We'll see what's going on at Occupy City Hall. Make our way over to World Trade Center. Across again, over to the Stock Exchange. Say hello to Fearless Girl. We'll go see Morris the Bull. We'll see him under wraps, evidently. He is cloaked in a wrap. And then we'll, of course, finish in the subway, as we always do. But feel free to share this out with friends. But another awesome email I got yesterday, actually. Awesome email from a viewer, new viewer and subscriber. Thank you for the Cyclone live streams. Thank you for all the Cyclone live streams. He binge watched my Cyclone playlist, which is some 3 hours of Cyclone rides. And he goes, that was the most fun he's had on YouTube in quite some time. Great distraction from what's going on. So big shout out to the guy who messaged me on Twitter yesterday. I should have, yesterday's argument to the guy with the smiley emoji on one of my Facebook posts was, I am Mr. Cyclone now. I am the new Mr. Cyclone. Good to see you there, Norman. Welcome. Here, Cameron Plaza West. Walking down Old Fulton Street here. Got to make our way out onto the Brooklyn Bridge in about probably 20 minutes. First, got to walk around downtown Brooklyn here. Or Dumbo, really. Dumbo, Fulton Ferry Landing. I am Mr. Cyclone, I know that. Well, it's not what I'm saying, it's what other people are saying, Norman. It is what other people are saying. A couple of years, well, it wasn't a couple of years back. Actually, it was 2 years back when we were at the height of riding the Cyclone all the time on live stream. I'll never forget this one viewer from New York goes, I know somebody calls himself Mr. Cyclone, but you're the real Mr. Cyclone because you take us all, your audience who likes roller coasters and not, on the Cyclone every week. And I said, you know what? I think you might be right. I also don't have to type everything in all caps. Anyway. Oh no, here's the bus I wanted to ride. The B25. It's the bus I wanted to ride. I thought it wasn't running on the street here, but I was wrong. Okay, well, whatever. You guys got more live stream here. Those streams were fun. I wish I could do them again. In a perfect world, we will be still doing those live streams. Okay, all right. Let's walk over here to the Mason Mint Factory, which is that building right there. Today, a lovely apartment building. Okay, all right, I'm Uncle Cyclone. Okay, Uncle Cyclone's good. Quiet over here on Henry Street. Good morning, Ray. Quiet over here on Henry Street, but you know what? This is kind of normal for a weekday morning. Everyone's usually out at work around here at this hour. So when I'm usually touring around here, it is this empty. But these streets are extra dead. Look, it's the Peaks Mason Mints building. I want to say this building dates back to the early 1900s, maybe 1890s. Good to see you, Griff. Good morning. Out there in Vancouver, Canada. We're here for a good old-fashioned walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. First timer on Henry Street. There you go. No, we've done Henry Street a few times in the past, Dave. We've done Henry Street here in the past. Normally when we go over to Brooklyn Heights, which is just to my left and behind me. Give a star tour, right? Well, we did just pass the house of former Girls creator Lena Dunham used to live on the block behind me, but she moved out many, I want to say 2 years ago, many moons ago. I did like going in front of her corner in her apartment and go, Lena! Yesterday was your birthday. Awesome. Happy birthday, Guy Heyman. Had dinner with Ruben. Very nice. Very happy to hear that. So happy you had your birthday yesterday. Had a lovely dinner. I had a lovely dinner last night too. I had dinner was courtesy of the Crepe Factory in Bay Ridge. Had me a Nutella and banana crepe and this lovely chicken chipotle wrap that I don't know what they put on it, but it's very addictive. And all I want, It's a mayo mustard or something like that, but it's really good. Oh, there's my, oh my God. The first time seeing the Brooklyn Bridge since March 18th. Oh my God, what a sight for sore eyes. Look, and actually as we pass by the some of the last remaining gas lights here on Old Fulton Street. Some of the old gas lights here. This one's off. Let's see if the other one's on. Oh no, they're both turned off. Okay. Both of the old gas lights here. Old. The eagle on top. It's not nice. The old gas lights. The people who lived around here actually petitioned to save those. Those still run off of the same lines that were planted back in the 1880s. It is a tonic for the soul there, me candy, absolutely. To say I'm getting a little emotional will be an understatement right now. Good to see a frog fish eye on weather. What a name. Do you do weather reports? All right. Look at this. Yeah, can you feel the adrenaline? Oh my God, there's my Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, what a sight for sore eyes. My God. I missed this thing. Oh, I have missed this thing. You chase storms in Tornado Alley. Awesome. I'm going to check out your channel. Yes. Oh, yes. I am very happy right now, Lori. She is more than correct. This I don't miss right here. This cacophony I don't miss. Normally I'll bring my bike tour up this street right here. So this is kind of like a crazy intersection here. This is a great view. One of the great views of America. Can't wait to get on this thing. Awesome. Send her my love too. Thanks for tuning on in. Yeah, my mistress was like, you gotta live stream more. You haven't live streamed in a while. So I was like, you know what? You're right. So what better place to get back to live streaming than the last place where I was, Brooklyn Bridge. Exactly, and the big picture was just like yesterday, exactly. I mean, 3 months ago, you know, blink of an eye, we've gone 3 months, or over 3 months. This is my element, absolutely. Oh man. Yeah, this I don't miss. All these cars here. You're more than welcome, me candy. Thanks for tuning on in. 10 o'clock at night over there in Australia. So primetime viewers out there in Australia, welcome. Oh wow. I don't think I've seen this building outside of scaffolding. Oh, are we back, guys? Did we lose picture just now? God damn it. God fucking damn it. Did we lose picture? Or it jumped. It buffered for a minute. Okay, we're back, right? We didn't lose audio. Okay, we're still here. Okay, good. All right. God damn it. Somebody freaking called me. When I thought I had the phone on Do Not Disturb. Bloody hell. Been having thunderstorms. Well, yesterday we had our thunderstorms. Oh, look at this. I've been dying to see this building here. Your favorite registration as well. Okay, awesome. Look at this new building here. This site here was a garage, not a garage, but a parking lot forever. Oh, okay, awesome, Frog Push. All right, so here we are. We're here at the historic location, right underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Got the beautiful view of the lower Manhattan And of course, right here, this used to be an old Texaco gas station. Today it looks like it's now officially the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory. This is where the band Bananarama films their music video for Cruel Summer. It's right here on this very corner. Basically, everything looks exactly the same as it did back in 1984. But right here is where the 18-wheeler parks. Look at all those blue ribbon viewers, exactly. But right there, that's where Bananarama filmed their music video for Cruel Summer. Let's go across the street now. I have not been here since March. It is a cruel summer. It's going to be a hot and cruel summer. How about slice across the way? I am not going to eat, Norman, on this tour today. Eating is not in the protocol today, partly due to the fact that I got to wear a mask. But can't get a slice from Grimaldi's, cannot get a slice from Giuliana's. I can get a slice from Ignazio's back there, but it's only 10 o'clock and they're not open yet. But no pizza today. No pizza today. Let's see what Brooklyn Bridge Park looks like. That's right, Bob. Thank you so much. Lovely Brooklyn Bridge Park signage here. The new sign of the times. Yeah, perhaps a dirty water dog on the other side of the bridge. Maybe. Wow. This is nothing short of just wow. There is nobody here. I cannot believe this. There's always people here. There is always people here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the spot where you come to take all your favorite Brooklyn Bridge pictures. I have never seen it this empty before. 10 o'clock, this spot is jumping. 10 o'clock in the morning, this is filled with tourists taking pictures. Cash cabs, I know, Instagram. Wow. Maybe an Instagram moment. I mean, it is kind of spooky. Gonna do especially in the summertime. So let's just take this in. I'm gonna do a old school artisanal 360 here. But this is utterly insane how there is nobody here. There is literally, I am the only person out on this pier. I don't think I have ever experienced this in my life. There are some people, obviously, over there by the park. Quite a few people, actually, down in the park over there. But this is the spot right here where all the tourists come. One person, this one lady coming out from the back over there. But that is it. This is surreal. This is kind of crazy. A bit apocalyptic, yes. I mean, especially in this spot. It's a very famous spot here. All reminding people about the old Fulton Ferry landing that was here. Exactly, take advantage of it while I can, right? Yeah. Robert Fulton back in 1809. Or, sorry, 1814. Sorry, is that really correct? I don't think that's correct. Skyline will never be the same, absolutely. Gotta drive, but don't want to leave. Well, you can always watch it. That's what replay's for. 1814, inventor of the first steam ferry. The first reliable steam-powered ferry. The first reliable steam-powered ferry. Good to see you, Susie May. Welcome to a completely empty Fulton Ferry landing. Drive safe there, Guy Heyman. Drive safe. This is gonna be a long live stream, so I want to say this live stream is gonna be maybe about 2 hours long. I want to say maybe about 2.5 hours long. But this is the spot. We got some jet skiers. I know they're giving jet ski tours. I know one of my fellow tour guides who is a jet ski tour guide. He's actually been working for the last couple of weeks now. Cheyenne, Wyoming. Be safe out there in Cheyenne. That's, wow. This is amazing. I can't believe I'm the only one out here. I am the only one freaking out here. There is always people here. It should be crowded. It's very easy to socially distance on a completely empty Fulton Ferry landing. Let's we just got to get through the next 8 months. Exactly. It's the long game, Lori. Exactly. That's what some people seem to not understand about this. Yeah, on a jet ski is very easily. You can very easily socially distance on a jet ski. Evidently, all the wind rushing by on the water makes it a very safe environment for the guides. And I gotta say, to work on a jet ski all day, it's a pretty cool job. Okay, let's make our way over into Brooklyn Bridge Park. Exactly, yeah, right, Frogpush. You got 8 months. I raised you 11 now. we're gonna start having over and under numbers, right? Yeah, I know, Dave. A lot of people are in a bit of a limbo, canceling trips and stuff like that. So, like, what was really funny was that they tried to put cruise ship. They try to have cruise ships take reservations again, and didn't exactly work out the best. Soon to be a new part of Brooklyn Bridge Park is this big empty lot right here. For years used just for parking and whatnot. Bike and roll at their little location. Oh, can I walk through here? Am I allowed to walk through? I always want to walk through here. Right, I'll raise you, Dr. Fauci. Yeah, a lot of people on the road. What seems to be the new thing to do is RVing. RVing seems to be very popular right now. No, I listen to Dr. Fauci. I believe Dr. Fauci. Want to try to go to Coney? Maybe, Dave. You watch out for the Kens and Karens. I have a feeling a lot of the people who are coming out here to New York are people from the States. I don't think we're gonna have too much international travel. As we turn the corner, so got some new scaffolding going up. Yeah, no, right. 43 years in the industry. I think he might know a thing or two. It was actually, I listened to Governor DeSantis of Florida yesterday, give his speech, and that was definitely some mental gymnastics going on there. Don't you love that bridge? The 137-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. Sign of the times. Huh. Okay. For only solitary. Huh. Let's go in. Oh yeah, I know, me Candy. Yeah, I know. And ironically enough, on March 18th, the last tour I gave, it was with a group of Australians who were stranded, and they were waiting for their flight to fly back. And I remember their story was particularly heartbreaking when they had a daughter that was going to start up in college at I believe, I want to say Baruch. But she was going to one of the colleges. That whole thing kind of ended and came apart. Good to see you, Norm, out there in Bangor, Pennsylvania. I'm gonna hang out here underneath my shade tree here for a little bit. I wanna really, really feel this here because I haven't been here in a very long time. This is normally where I park my bikes on my tour, is right here in the shade. And here's the view that I haven't seen since March. Yeah. The view I haven't seen since March. There are quite a few people out here. Not completely devoid of people. Of course, Jane's Carousel. Jane's Carousel, of course, closed. Yeah, that's what they were telling me. They were telling me that they were going back to a hotel that the government had for them. They flew back, evidently in a plane with only Australians in it. Only Australian nationals in it. It was a very sad story because their daughter was really excited about going to school here in the States. And especially here in New York. Good to see you, Brian. We're here doing the old tour. We're about to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge now. Or we're going to get ready to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. We're going to just go around a little bit of Brooklyn Bridge Park here. We're walking around Jane's Carousel. Oh yeah, just in time. Yay! These got something cool to look at. I like that kite. Yay! Yay! You could still have fun. You could still have fun. Oh, they're sandblasting my Brooklyn Bridge. They're cleaning it. They're sandblasting and cleaning the surface. Well, let's make our way up there. Let's do it. Here's Jane's Carousel, built in 1922 by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company for an amusement park in Youngstown, Ohio, called Idora Park. And there the carousel stood from 1922 to 1984. In the winter of 1984 and 1985, the carousel was partially damaged in a fire. Later on, in 1986, the carousel was put up for auction and was going to be set out to be sold in pieces, but luckily Jane Valentis, one of the wives of the Valentis brothers, she found this carousel in the catalog, bought it in one piece for around $2 million, spent another $375,000 restoring the carousel. Oh no, sorry, other way around. She bought it for $375,000, spent $2 million restoring it, spent 27 years restoring the carousel, and then was placed here in 2011. This box that it's in was designed by Jean Nouvel. He chooses plexiglass instead of regular glass, so you have the least amount of columns here on this wall here, so you have the best view of the skyline. And also the city undulates and gallops along with you as you glide around. You wonder how long the Brooklyn Bridge will take cleaning. Well, I can tell you how long it takes to paint it. It takes roughly 2 years to paint the Brooklyn Bridge. And then once they finish, they got to start all over again. So that's 2 years to paint the superstructure and the cables. So to sandblast the bridge, who knows? Maybe a year for each tower, or maybe 6 months for each tower. Seems like a pretty straightforward job. But thank you so much, Norman, out there, Norman, Bangor, Pennsylvania. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. All right, let's make our way out. Let's go walk through the rest of the park here, make our way over to Washington Streets. And then we're gonna start getting my workout because I'm gonna start walking up a hill. I think that's what they're doing. I think they're repointing and sandblasting. So I want to say they repoint before. Good to see you there, Wilbs. Absolutely, yeah, back in the office. Oh yeah, I want to paint the top, Susie May. Absolutely. Look at this. We have more maintenance going on here in the Manhattan Bridge. Drinking Dunkin' coffee. Enjoy the Dunkin' Donuts. Looks like they're still working on the towers here of the Manhattan Bridge. You You could hear the subway going over the Manhattan Bridge right now. Yeah, exactly. Take advantage of the low crowds, right? Yeah. Let's make our way out onto Washington Street. This is bound to be surreal going into Washington. Oh boy, this is gonna be a really cool shot right here. It's gonna be a really cool shot. This dog is that's the luckiest dog around. That dog just lied out. Good thing there was an alternate pathway here. I could walk around. Let's see, is the heart still in here? There was a heart here. Yep, the heart is still here. You know, it seems like all of the art pieces that were deployed around the city in the months leading up to March, they're all here still. So here's Empire Love, inside the Empire stores, which is open, and the bathroom is open. So if you need a bathroom here, the markings before socially distanced markings. Oh no, this is a socially distanced marking. Look at that. This was only supposed to be here for the holiday, for Valentine's Day. Yeah, good tip on the secret bathroom. It's a really good bathroom too, but this got to live a lot longer. The food court is, oh yes, food court is open. Food court is open, but you're not allowed to eat inside. And I don't think all the food locations are open. But the bathroom, you go there to use the bathroom. That's what I use it for. I know bathrooms are extremely hard to come by. Is the balcony open? I saw no impediment to the stairs. So, should be open. That's the thing, Jim. I would say tourism probably makes up about 70% of the business at the Empire stores. So they're definitely hurting. Yeah, it did go really fast, Norman. It did go really fast. All right. As the babies scream, let's go up the street to that. Let me see if my nutcracker is still here. That baby is doing the death scream. Exactly. You have all the office spaces, but exactly, I don't think a lot of these people who work at offices are going to come back. Screaming bloody murder, yes. Here's a kind of a sign for the times. Any soft toys to be thrown out windows? I don't know. But as you see, they stacked the tables here, so nobody could use the tables. But let's see if my nutcracker is still here. I always say hello to this nutcracker when I'm doing my tours, walking or on a bike. So let's see if he's here, because I haven't seen him since March. I have to agree with that, yes. Please be kind to each other. Wow. Walking down these streets is really taking me back. I don't think my nutcracker's out here though. Nope. My friend is not here. Looks like they're open though. But no nutcracker. Mask up. Oh, my nutcracker isn't here. Oh well. Keep moving. So we're on Water Street right now, walking towards Washington. And that's the intersection of Water and Washington right up there. This is always a famous shot right here. This is a cobblestone street, Alistair Bruce. Yes, it is. Immortal Monday. All right. Now this is the spot where everybody has to take a photo and everybody has to take a picture. Let's go to my spot on. Let's go to my lid. Not again. Sorry, Norman. Looks like a good place for a big ride. There might be a big ride around here. All right, the shot. Let's go to the Gumball spot here. Oh wow! So they have this street here, Dine Out Dumbo. You've never been to a more important neighborhood. That's funny. You've never been to a more important neighborhood. Well, it has great views. I don't know about more important, but if you ever come here to get the perfect picture, you want your photographer to stand right there inside of the manhole cover, and then your subject stands right here on this little bit of glue right here. The folks come in here and basically ping off this spot so often that the glue stays in here in the street. So we get that shot. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There is your Dumbo shot. I didn't get too many. I didn't get too many emails from after the drop. No, about what's going on in the neighborhood. Yeah, but look at this. Nobody's here. I don't remember the last time I have seen nobody here. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But they got these. Yeah, they got social distance markers. I think they have stalls that set up here on the weekends so they could, I guess, sell food here. I guess they sell food out on the street here, which is pretty cool. Oh, we got somebody taking graduation photos. We got somebody taking pictures. We got somebody taking pictures out here. There you go. Taking her wedding pictures. Going by her shoes, going by her high heels, taking her wedding pictures. But here's the shot one more time. Empire State Building right there in the center part of your screen. Kind of amazing. Take it in here for a moment here before we move on. But let's do it. Manhattan Bridge opened up in 1909, built by the Bethlehem Steel Corporation. But now it is time. Let's make our way up. These buildings here date back to the 1880s and 1890s right here. Today they're lovely apartment buildings. But let's make our way up the hill. Gonna make our way up Washington Street now. Time to make our way up Washington Street onto Brooklyn Bridge. Let's do it. Yeah, I would say normally there'll be a lot more people out here, but not today. We back, guys? Thank you so much, Lori. I like this. You got the QR code so you could just order it and then just go there. I like that. I like this. I wish more neighborhoods kind of had this. I wish my neighborhood had this. All right. One from column A, right? Yeah. I like that. All right. Wow, some construction going on here, it looks like. All right, let's make our way up. Let's make our way up Washington Street. Let's do this. It's a really smart move. I like that. I like that you just scan it, you get the menu, and then you could order. All contactless. Contactless. All right, now I'm getting my exercise as I walk up Washington Street here. I'm gonna be walking up a lot of uphill now. Good to see a cliff. No, they're not. My groups are limited. So we're in phase 3 officially as of now. So I could have groups of up to 8 people. But everyone has to wear a mask. And I will be going to work on the 26th of July. I think when we go into phase 4, I could have bigger groups. Good morning, April. So I cross over York Street and back underneath the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Thank you for asking your question before you can get it out. Awesome. This hill, even walking, is annoying. I'm trying to walk at a pace where I don't fuck up my glasses. It's not hot, Norm, it's humid. I wouldn't say it's necessarily hot, it's just humid. Gotta muscle up my legs. This is technically Vinegar Hill. As I walk up this hill, this area over there will be Vinegar Hill. So think where the F train for the York Street station is. That's historic Vinegar Hill. And Vinegar Hill is the name of the Dutch family that owned the land around here. Their name sounded like the word vinegar. And then the triple cantilever of the Brooklyn Queens Expressway begins right there. But let's do it. I haven't set foot on this thing since March 18th. It's time to walk over the 137-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. Hot dog vendor still here, despite the lack of business. Here we go. As we make our way through this stairway here, 2 weeks after the bridge opens up, the bridge has a major tragedy. There's a stampede right here in this stairway. 12 people died in the stampede of humanity trying to get off the bridge. Oh, that sun is strong. Here it is. The 137-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. When we get to the middle, I'm going to take a break and I am going to tell you about the bridge. Gotta be careful here, gotta cross the bike lane. March 18th, watch your backs, guys. Traffic looks like it's back to normal, unfortunately. So the last time I was on the Brooklyn Bridge was March 18th. March 18th, I did a walking tour over the Brooklyn Bridge. Then I did a video. And that video would be the last time I would walk over the bridge and on the borough of Manhattan. So this is the first time I'm going back into Manhattan since March 18th. Good to see you there, Boozy Burger Bell. Out there in Wigan. We're back at it here on the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, the fireworks on the Empire State were pretty cool. I should have, for the Coney show, I should have been on the boardwalk. I should have went with my intuition and been on the boardwalk, but still look cool though. Well, we're gonna find out, Brian. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk down Broadway, down to Charging Bull. We're gonna go past Stock Exchange. So we're gonna do all that. And we're gonna see how different it is. I tell you, that sun is really strong. I definitely have to acclimate myself to being back outside again. But as you can see, very few people here on the bridge. Ideal bicycle touring conditions. I'll see you later, Wilbs. Be safe out there driving the Northern Line. And once we cross the yellow line here, we're on the superstructure. We're on the superstructure. We're officially on the Brooklyn Bridge. It is a perfect day. It's at 24 degrees Celsius at exactly 11 o'clock now, 76 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, I know before I know it'll be crowded again, right? Oh, I appreciate that, me Candy. I appreciate that. Oh, it feels good. It feels really good walking on this thing. $85 out there in Tennessee, getting the air conditioning. I know, Boozy, I know. Yeah, Jim, pretty much. You know, locals do avoid, just like Times Square, native local New Yorkers do avoid the Brooklyn Bridge. The semi-organized chaos here on the bridge. Oh yeah, no, I like walking the bridge during winter. I love walking the bridge when it's really, really cold because you can actually see the bridge move in wind. The bridge is so contracted up that you could, if you know where to look, you can see the bridge bounce with the lightest of winds. This guy literally was going right towards me. I had to put my arm out. Now, mind you, I am a bicycle tour guide, and I don't like it when cyclists flaunt their speed and, more importantly, arrogance to the few rules that are here. But yeah, if you know where to look, you can see the bridge rise and fall ever so slightly, and you could only really see it on the coldest days. I think the last time I saw it was like 15 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Fahrenheit. But some of my best tours were in the middle of winter. Yeah, me too. Hearing the cars go over the expansion joints. Yeah, no, they're not speed bumps. They're expansion joints. the towers of the Brooklyn Bridge, the tallest man-made structures on the North American continent when they were completed in the summer of 1875. The Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge, the week it was completed, General Custer lost at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Something to ponder while you look at these beautiful stone towers. And they're solid. There are no internal hallways or stairways or passageways inside of them. They are solid stone towers. The convention joints are really cool. Exactly, Cliff, yeah. I love walking the Brooklyn Bridge. They have great illustrations here about how they did the cable work. Here's a great example of the main cables here. And then the anchor plate where they're all tied to. Oh, I love this. I love this. That's really cool. I never noticed this one here because I'm always on the other side. Oh, the breeze up here is just so nice. Liberty Enlightening World. Statue of Liberty right down there. With the Staten Island Ferry. Look at that. Doesn't get more New York than that. Statue of Liberty with the Staten Island Ferry. How much is the book a tour with me? It depends on what we do, but anywhere from $35 a person to $100 a person. Again, it depends on what we do. Beautiful view indeed. And that's per hour, by the way. The $35 is an hourly charge. When you start talking about $100, then you start talking about the day. But that is per person. But here is the building plaque. Without these three people, we would not have the Brooklyn Bridge. We start out with John Augustus Roebling. John A. Roebling immigrates here from the walled village of Mulhausen, Germany. To resolve his destiny in all that space, he gave his life to the bridge. When construction begins in August of 1869, John Roebling with his son Washington Roebling are doing survey work, basically figuring out where the towers are going to go, where the anchorages are going to go. And they were standing right at the edge of the Fulton Ferry Pier. There's a little area called the Rack, and the Rack is where the boat actually docks. As the ferry boat came into dock, John Roebling stepped back to let the ferry boat dock. And unfortunately for John Roebling, his foot fell through a broken wooden plank in the pier. His foot then got wedged in the pier. And then his foot was crushed by the ship. John Roebling was a hydropathist. He believed that water cured everything. So against the wishes of his son Washington, who was fresh from the Civil War, he's like, Dad, you got to amputate your leg. You got to die of gangrene. And he's like, no, water will cure me. So John Roebling proceeds to cure himself by drinking mineral water and pouring ice cold water on his open wound. Needless to say, 18 days later, John Roebling dies of the most agonizing bout of lockjaw. His son, Washington Roebling, was assumed all the responsibilities of building the Brooklyn Bridge. Washington Roebling, just like his father, a true genius, a Renaissance man for his time, a mathematician, an engineer, an architect, a hydrologist. Washington Roebling, even though at the time, at the beginning of the Civil War, John Roebling could have paid $300 to keep his son out of the Civil War. but he wanted his son to have practical training as a civil engineer in the field. So he was kind of pushed into the Civil War, and also John Roebling wanted to give back to the country that gave him so much. But he is nearly killed building the Brooklyn Bridge. He's working here in the foundation for this Brooklyn Tower here, using what we call the caisson method. And what was happening was that men were going down into the hole. They'll work 10 hours. They'll come out of the hole, no decompression. They'll be fine 1 minute, died the next, or be delirious or paralyzed the next minute. They were coming down with the bends. And just 8 months into construction of the bridge, Washington Roebling is nearly killed. He is paralyzed from the waist down, and he's no longer able to come here to the job site to manage it. For the next 13 years, Washington Roebling manages the bridge's construction from his bedroom window in Brooklyn Heights. So I like to say the father designs the bridge, the son gets construction started and places the bridge where it is today. But who really builds the Brooklyn Bridge? Miss Emily Warren Roebling. Emily Warren Roebling was the sister of the general that Washington Roebling served under during the Civil War. After the Battle of Gettysburg, Washington Roebling goes to an officers' ball, and at that officers' ball, he meets Emily Warren. Emily Warren was quite a educated woman for her time. She was one of the first women to graduate from NYU Law School, and her main vocations were not law enforcement. How you write the laws? There's a name for it. Legislate. She was a legislate and writing major, but she was incredibly smart. But under the guidance of her husband, Washington, she basically self-taught herself advanced mathematics, architecture, and engineering. Everything you need to know to build the Brooklyn Bridge, Emily pretty much learned on her own under the guidance of her husband. It was very famously said that she was the soother of hurt souls. Whenever the egos of the engineers and the architects got a little bit too big, she kept everyone in check, and she made sure that we finished the Brooklyn Bridge. Miss Emily Warren Roebling was also the first person to cross over the Brooklyn Bridge. On May 21st, 1883, she rides over the Brooklyn Bridge in an open silver and white carriage, and she was cradling a rooster. The rooster was a symbol of victory. Soon after, the Brooklyn Bridge would be open to traffic and to business. But not much has changed. Where this footpath is today is in the exact same location as it was on opening day 137 years ago. Great question. How deep did they go into the water? So, the Brooklyn Tower here of the Brooklyn Bridge rests on bedrock, roughly 44 feet below river bottom. When architects were doing test borings, when engineers were doing test borings for the foundation of the Manhattan Tower, they found out that they would have to dig down to the appalling depth of 109 feet below river bottom. When the engineers found this out, they were like, whoa, how many men are going to die? Because in the Brooklyn Tower's foundation alone, roughly 32 men died. So maybe 100, maybe 200, who knows? Now, as they were digging deeper and deeper down, Washington Roebling, looking at some of the test samples from the river bottom, he noticed that some of the fossils were really, really old. And the deeper they dug, the more compact the sand was. It was getting as hard as concrete. And at some points, they were using gunpowder to break up sand. Now, that doesn't mean that was not the first time they used gunpowder. See, they thought that the bottom of this river was just sand, but it's really, really rocky. There's lots of boulders and rocks in it and whatnot. So for every month they estimated to do excavation work, 5 months were needed to do the same amount of work. And in order to break up some of these boulders, they used gunpowder. So as they dug deeper and deeper down, oh God, I can't breathe. As they dug deeper and deeper down, the sand was getting so compact that the workers were really frustrated trying to get this foundation built. So Washington Roebling took a huge gamble, and I quote, Gotta take off this mask for a second here. And I quote, I find this strata of sand perfectly suitable for a foundation for my Manhattan Tower. I'm quite confident it has not shifted in several million years. And he was correct. So to this day, to this very moment, the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge does not rest on bedrock, but it rests on sand, roughly 19 feet short of bedrock. Luckily, the foundation has not moved or shifted in all this time. Kind of amazing. Okay, I gotta keep moving here. Gotta put back on my I'm gonna keep my mask off for a little bit. He was like, gotta breathe. I'm terribly out of breath. And I have an audience behind me, so let's keep moving. I have a whole audience behind me just listening to me. Oh, look at that. And they're trying to follow. Oh, I gotta breathe here for a second. Yeah, see, this is what I know I'm not gonna be able to do a tour properly with a mask on. My throat is so dry. I gotta find a bench here to sit down and drink some water. Whole audience of people behind me. That was a little annoying. But it is the Brooklyn Bridge. So this is how we do it. All right. Let's continue. I gotta pace myself, exactly. Good to see you, Blondie. Welcome. Pretty much me, Candy, pretty much. Oh, we have art. We have art. What does this say? The time it takes you to cross the Brooklyn Bridge, the government has spent $244,819 on the NYPD. Wow. The more you know. Yeah, my mouth gets really dry, Cliff. My mouth gets really, really dry. I think that's the hardest part, is trying to keep that moisture going. As we make our way over the bridge. Ah! You know what it was? I was getting too excited. I'm here on the bridge. I'm talking about the bridge. I'm getting too excited. Now, if you're a fan of expansion joints, you're going to see the mother of all expansion joints coming up. Because we're going to go to the very center of the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, high attitude, yeah. And when we get to the middle, I'm gonna take a quick breather here, drink some water, and then we'll continue on. A little bit more, but I wouldn't say substantially more. I think it just dries out the air more than anything. I know, where's that bench? Here's one, here's two, but we're going to the third bench. We're going to the expansion joint bench. Wow. It's amazing how empty it is up here. At least they painted the line here for the bike path. So that's good. Oh, here we are. Here is the expansion joint to the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge is over-engineered to a factor of 6. This is how you get this massive expansion joint like this. You see the oil on it. This thing moves it could move up to like 4 feet. See how much it overlaps into the other one on the other side there. But this is it. This is the very center of the Brooklyn Bridge. Got our views of the ugly cheese grater building, Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, One Vanderbilt, 432 Park Avenue, the Citicorp Center, the Steinway Tower. You can all see it from right here. Okay, I really need a drink of water, so let me sit down and have a drink of water. Oh my God, I'm sitting on the Brooklyn Bridge. I hate this cheese grater building. No tour guides like the cheese grater building. None. Take off my mask for a second here. Yeah, nobody likes the Verizon building either. That's another fugly building. Oh man, my water just fell to the bottom. It does look ugly. The cheese grater building is ugly, man. Nobody likes that building. Something tells me I'm going to finish this water right here. Yeah, not too many New Yorkers like that building either, yeah. Oh. Exactly, it does ruin the view when you come over the Manhattan Bridge, because you get an amazing view. Oh. Fuck. Woo! It's hot out here, boy. It's hot. All right. Let me start closing up my bag here. Oh, here come the tourists, or the people who are listening to my stories. I gotta keep moving. Yeah, everyone cringes when they see that building. All right, hold on one second, guys. Okie doke. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Wow, this view is still surreal though. I tell you. View is still extremely surreal. Make sure No, Vessel's not open. No, Vessel is not open. Level out this gimbal here. There we go. There we go. All right. Time to get back to touring. So you don't leave anything behind here. Yeah, normally this will be teeming with people, but not so much today. You get all the pictures you want. I tell you, for a photographer, this is a fabulous time because you can really get some shots that you normally can't get during the day. So I'm gonna do my best as I make my way down Broadway. I'm gonna do my best to stay in the shade because this sun is really strong. You know, my body is not used to being out in the sun like this. You know, normally by this time of year, I'm out here doing at least 2 tours a day, outside in the heat for at least 5 to maybe 8 hours, at least 4 days a week. And yeah, I got to get myself acclimated again. Yeah, exactly, Cliff. Wow. Brooklyn Bridge. Yep, 22 miles every day. 22 miles a day. Oh, what a sight. I miss this sight. So right about here, where the spider cables start coming out here, this is where Frank Sinatra sings Brooklyn Bridge in the movie It Happened in Brooklyn from 1947. He sings the song literally right here. But yeah, there's a lot of walking, a lot of riding the bike. I do bicycle tours also. So if I'm doing bicycle tours, I ride the bike about 22 miles during over 2 tours. If I do walking tours, each walking tour is about 2.1 miles each. So let's say I did 2 Central Park walking tours. That's about 4.2 miles. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow morning we'll do Central Park. Yes, I want to say 147 feet, something like that. I heard 147 feet, something like that. I always forget the height of these towers here. I'm always forgetting the height of these towers. I know that between the 2 towers, it's exactly 1,600 feet. And if we add the on-ramps to the bridge is 1,798 feet long. So, exactly, good practice, right? Yeah, I think some later on this week, maybe even tomorrow, we will do Central Park. And I will do a full walking tour of Central Park. Of course, not the entire park. There you go, 278 feet. Damn it, I was almost there. 278 feet with a footprint of 140 feet by 59 feet wide. There you go. Wow, yeah, Jim with the facts. Wow, this photographer is still here working. Awesome. I always see this guy up here. Thanks, Wikipedia. So, proving my theory that most people are simply lazy, more people here walking down to the Manhattan side, because most people simply walk to the first tower, take their pictures, turn around, and go back. So we may have a few tourists out here. Yeah, Wikipedia is pretty awesome. Yes, the number 1 World Trade Center is 1,776 feet tall, or 542 meters. 4th tallest building in the world. But only because of the spire. There is a building here in New York City called the Central Park South Tower, also known as the Nordstrom Building, the highest occupiable floor in the Western Hemisphere, and it's a higher occupiable floor than the World Trade Center. It is not the same without the twins. Good to see you, Gail. But remember that where the glass stops at number 1 World Trade Center is the same height as the original Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. Good morning, Gail. Exactly, a building, not a tower, is a difference, exactly. They went higher with the spire. The spire alone is 407 feet tall, or 2 times the height of the steeplechase parachute jump. Something to ponder. As we make our way off the bridge here, with a really cool light at the top, yeah. On certain foggy days, you could really see what they were going for with the lighting scheme of the spire of number 1 World Trade Center. And remember that Freedom Tower is a nickname of the building, not the official name of the tower of the building. So keep that in mind. Yes, a lot of TV broadcasts do come from the spire, also radio broadcasts, and also the FDNY relay system. So whenever there's a large fire and they need communication, wire amplified from number 1 World Trade Center. And it was like that on September 11th. Have a one-man audience here. Got to stop. All this space and one person decides to walk right behind me. That's when I just stopped. Exactly, yeah. Put that in your hat, right? Yeah. Get some tips. All right. Coming up on the municipal building here to my right-hand side, and perched on top is the statue of civic fame, the 3rd tallest statue here in New York City. She's holding up a crown. The crown has 5 points in it, and the 5 points are for each borough of New York City. You remember the Verizon building, better known when it was known as NYNEX, yeah. Mama and Papa Bell, right? The Bell telephone systems. All right, let's get off this bridge here and make our way down into City Hall. And let's see how Occupy City Hall's going on. Let's see how they're doing. Absolutely, Brian. Absolutely. That was fabulous. Felt good walking over the bridge. Looks like traffic is very much back to normal, automobile-wise. Traffic this is like normal traffic. I would say this is like pre-pandemic levels of car traffic. Why, hello Manhattan, exactly. Manhattan derived from the Native American word Mannahatta, which means land of many hills. And as we all know, south of Central Park can't really see too many of those hills because the grid plan obscures it all. But go uptown into Morningside Heights, Harlem, Washington Heights. Gets a little bit hilly up there. A little bit, the terrain a little bit more robust. The tower behind Pace University. Oh, this one right here. This is the silver one right here. That's New York by Frank Gehry. Good to see you there, April. Good to see you there, Abby. Welcome. New York by Frank Gehry right there. In the top 10 tallest residential buildings in New York City. The outside of the building is adorned in aluminum, and it's bent in a way to look like the flowing sails of a ship. And then just underneath it, behind Pace University, I'm going to zoom in. We have, you see that apartment with the two big windows, the two big arched windows? That's an apartment called the Playhouse. It's a 3-level penthouse apartment. And connecting the three levels is a beautiful aluminum slide. So you could slide from your bedroom upstairs down into the living room downstairs. It could be yours for only $17 million. And it is not for sale. But look up Playhouse, Beekman Street. Playhouse on Beekman Street, and you will see some videos of that awesome slide taking you down from your bedrooms down to the living room. And it's made of aluminum, like this really shiny aluminum, so it looks really cool. So now we are entering the borough of Manhattan, and I can already see that from way up here, City Hall Park definitely looks a little bit different. I see a whole encampment in front of me. Very reminiscent to Occupy Wall Street. This is kind of amazing seeing this. What's also more equally amazing is there are no vendors on the bridge. Oh, you could smell it too. Oh, well, just like Occupy Wall Street, you could smell Occupy Wall Street also. Yeah, tourists behaving badly will not be shown today to bring you this special event. Occupy City Hall. No vendors down here in the International Selfie Stick Zone. But let's look at this. There's so much happening that we could see from right here. I miss JNR Music World too, Cliff. That's where I bought my hard drives. So, City Hall, right down there. Here's the municipal building. Good to see you, Ryan. And then back over there, that is the municipal. That's the municipal. The MCC, the Metropolitan Corrections Center, and that's where Jelaine. What's her name? Jelaine. Oh my God, she trafficked children for sex. She's in that building right now. She's in that building right now. And then this is One Police Plaza right here. But that's where she is right now. She is really in that building. Jelaine Maswood, I don't know about but she is in that building. Maxwell. There we go, Jelaine Maxwood. How am I doing? Doing great. Is it Maxwell or Maxwood? I don't know. All I know is that she trafficked children. So, wow, this is insane. This is insane. Wow, this is crazy. Holy shit. This thing is huge. This encampment is massive. Yeah, we have, they are occupying City Hall. I knew this was big. Jeffrey Epstein was there. He killed himself in that same building. Got my mask is already on. My mask is already on. Wow. Huh. It is Maxwell. Okay. Okay. Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. A flag that says Black Trans Lives Matter. Wow. They have a lot of chalk here. Let's see at this. We go around this whole thing here. I guess we can't use the crossing thing anymore. Are you gonna tell me to wait?
Wait.
Oh, you tell me to wait? Wait?
Wait.
Okay. I don't know what's the good use of this. This is for blind people, but I guess they're giving it to the man, I guess.
Wait.
Wow.
Wait.
Normally, this is where the Showtime dancers was set up. No film without permission. Well, you're outside. You're outside, so I don't need to get permission. Yeah, normally there'll be the dancers here. This is surreal. Exactly, no expectation of privacy in a public place. Exactly, Jim. Oh, wow, that's nice to know, Alistair. Okay, as we make our way through here, let's look at some of these writings here. That's nice. They got food and everything like that for everyone. Just like the old, how like Occupy was. This is surreal. This is like, I feel like I'm in a movie. The People's Bodega. I like this. That's pretty cool.
So in people's spaces, you gotta ask their permission.
We're in a public space,
No, I got
and you understand that?
Yeah,
like,
I understand that. But
you're in a
also-
public space, so there is no privacy in a public space.
So I understand how.
And I'm not
laws work.
sticking. I'm not sticking the camera in your face.
I understand that.
I'm being respectful.
Okay.
Okay.
I understand that there are a lot of people who would wish to remain in
Okay.
office. And I understand that in a public space, right, the law says that you can take pictures
Yes.
of people. But we are asking that if you are walking through, you would respect that because there are people who.
I
would like
think
to-
I am. I'm showing all this stuff here. You
Okay,
don't need to
cool.
tell me this.
Okay, I'm not.
You don't need
I'm
to
not
tell me
mad at
this.
you. I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you
Yes.
that's what we like to do here. And
Right.
It did not look like your camera was pointed down. It looks like it was pointed out. I know how steady camera is.
Showing this. I'm showing the bodega.
Okay.
But
All right, man. I'm just saying, people are gonna get mad at you. If
Okay.
You, if you don't
we're in a
accept
public
permission.
space, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep moving. No, I wouldn't call that a Karen, but you know, yeah, no, Susie May, somebody who, see, this is like about their story now. This is what happens now. Now I don't tell their story. This is what happens. I did want to tell their story, but if they're gonna bring bad energy like that, then they lose out. But this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see now. I don't know why they're defacing some of these, but. Okay, we back? Are we back? He did do it in a polite way. Yes, yes, he did. He did do it in a polite way, but I was definitely targeted. So anyway, let me get back to what I was about to say. You know, I spent a lot of time, you know, here's the deal. I spent a lot of time at Occupy Wall Street, you know, dropping off food and bread and stuff in the middle of the night. And I get where they're coming from. But in this day and age of instant communications, you're outside in a public place. There is no entitlement to privacy. More importantly, there is no entitlement to having to keep a camera down in a public plaza like that. Now, I could be an asshole and saying that they're impeding my right to walk down a sidewalk unimpeded, but I'm not going to do that. But because the energy that gentleman was displaying, now I'm not going to tell their story. So now they don't get somebody who's very sympathetic with them. They don't get to have me tell their story. That's what happens in the end. In the end, I walk out. That's it. But if they're gonna have an entitlement to privacy like that, then guess what? Then I walk out. So instead of walking back through like I was planning on, I now walk around and to the outside, and we don't talk about them anymore. I hate this. Now, from just a quick peripheral look at the folks that are occupying, I see a lot of folks there that need city services. I see a lot of homeless people. I see a lot of people who are hungry. And that's how Occupy kind of turned out to be. It wasn't necessarily an encampment to bring more awareness to a certain political cause. It became a homeless encampment. And who are you really helping if it just simply becomes a homeless encampment? So these are all questions we have to ask ourselves. But they get to miss out now. They get to miss out on having their story told. So the energy that gentleman displayed made me feel like, you know what? I shouldn't. That's it. I'm walking out. So there you go. Yeah. We're not going to get into what's like legal and what's not legal and whatnot. But, you know, behaving like that, you lose a person who is definitely an ally. So, there you go. But so that's the impression I am left with. It's not necessarily political, because there's nobody down here to talk about your cause too. What you end up getting is a bunch of people squeezing little squeaky pigs at the police. Okay, that's, you antagonize people when you do shit like that. City Hall Park looks like it's closed from out here. I know Norman. See, he's just going around antagonizing the police. There is no rhyme or reason. See, when you get into tactics like that, you're not helping anyone. You're really not. See, he's literally going around squeaking a little squeaky pig. This is his one-man protest. Exactly. I wonder whenever they say white bodies to the front, I wonder if he's one of the white bodies that actually goes to the front. So, since I have 17 of you in an audience and possibly a worldwide replay audience, before I leave City Hall Park, I'll just leave with this one message here so people don't misconstrue what the fuck I just did. While I agree with what they're protesting and what they're standing up for, you know, defunding the police is a bad moniker because that gives people on the right more fodder to fight against what people really want. And what people really want is the police to have more accountability. So that's what we mean by police reform, is more accountability. And what happened to Breonna Taylor should be the cardinal call for everyone, because I'm still trying to figure out what Breonna Taylor did wrong. And why aren't the 4 people that killed her, why are they still, well, 1 out of the 4 is arrested now, but why aren't these other police officers arrested? That's what we should really be asking ourselves. We shouldn't be walking around squeaking little things towards the cops and antagonizing them, because that doesn't help no one. And more importantly, antagonizing camera people when they go into a public space, you just ruin your cause. And you have allies like me who now choose to walk away. So, justice for Breonna Taylor. Let's continue on. Let's continue on. Back to the tour. No more politics. The old JNR Music World looks like it's finally coming down. I know they had permits for a really tall residential building on this corner, and it looks like they're finally going through with it. I miss JNR Music World. I cannot even begin to tell you how many hundreds of dollars worth of hard drives I got in this building right here. It is a tight space, but it's fairly large. Compared to everything else, it's pretty tight, but it's a pretty large site. But I know they're going to build. Oh, we have a rendering across the street. Let's see the rendering here. Let's see the rendering. Oh yeah, no, it's more apartments. This whole area is becoming apartments and hotels. So a lot of the smaller, undesirable office spaces are becoming lovely. Yeah, pretty empty for lunchtime ain't even the word, Norm. Retail. Whoa. Stop work order. Okay. Okay. Wow. The old JNR music space about to truly and utterly disappear forever. Hey, look, it's the World Trade Center. St. Paul's Chapel, one of the oldest continuously used buildings here in New York City. This is the new St. Paul's Chapel. The original burned down in 1776. But after they read the Declaration of Independence for the first time in front of Federal Hall, George Washington, with all the different armies, marched up Broadway. They marched up Broadway here and into this church right here. And in this church, George Washington kneeled on a pillow, praying for the prosperity and safety of the Union. That pillow is still there today under glass. Kind of amazing. So sorry your country's so messed up. That's what. But don't worry, the USB will be back better than ever. Yeah, that's what we do. You know, I always say you can knock down our biggest buildings. We're all going to build them back bigger and better than before. So let's go, let's walk down Fulton Street, I guess. I'm going to walk down Fulton Street here. Are taxis running? Yes, taxis are running. Feeling like a Chipotle day? Maybe. Maybe. Wow, a clusterfuck of traffic. Boy, do I not miss this? You haven't been back to see the memorial or of the Twin Towers? Yeah, well, we're gonna go there right now. We cannot go into Memorial Plaza, but we could go on the outside of it. So I'm gonna show that, and then we'll make our way down to Stock Exchange. So we're kind of crisscross over Broadway right now. There's cars out. There's more cars than I expected, but there's quite a few people out here too. Yeah, I don't miss the traffic. No, I miss the quiet streets. Seems like they never stop, just delayed. Yeah. We only did local tours. Yeah, exactly. We hired the worst person for the job. Yeah, I know cars are safer than mass transit per CDC, but show them old Al. Here's the back of St. Paul's Chapel here. Yeah, lovely city bike rack here. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's closed. But we have a lot of progress here on construction, so this is actually pretty exciting. So underneath all this street art right here, this is going to be the foundation for number 2 World Trade Center. I'm happy to announce that we are going to rebuild, or we're going to build the original version of number 2 World Trade Center, designed by Norman Foster. We have decided to go back to that design, which is great because that design pays homage to the gap between the two twin towers of the World Trade Center. But Cliff, more people utilize the city bike stations than parking. This is the thing. What am I doing now since stores are canceled? I'm home all the time. I'm home all the time. Look across Church Street here. Yeah, the only thing I've basically been doing is calling unemployment and doing tours here on YouTube. That's it. But this is where number 2 World Trade Center will eventually rise. But most importantly, I am looking at this thing down there. That's very exciting. That is the Performing Arts Center. Woolworth Building is great. Unfortunately, we cannot see it from here. But there is the Performing Arts Center at the World Trade Center, beginning to rise with all of its steel. Looks fantastic. Did they finish the inside of the Oculus yet? Yes, the Oculus is open. The Oculus has been open. It's been open since May of 2 years ago. I know it is open, but I'm not using the train station here today. Oh, that's true, Jim. Thank you for reminding me that. The thing that has given me purpose in these last 3 months is Coney Island, USA. And thanks to them, they kept me very busy. So I've been making videos, and I don't feel like going in right now, Norman, because they do get skittish with me with the gimbal in there. And considering there's not that many people in there, security guards are probably really bored. So I don't want to deal with another person hassling me for videoing. Now, I have sent email support authority, telling them that I've been stopped or asked to stop filming or live streaming. They say that I'm perfectly within my right to live stream and film, but a lot of security guards do not know the proper protocol. So I'm not even going to bother to go inside. I don't have a Patreon set up just yet. Oh, they have social distance markers though. Go in this side here, come out that side. Here, I'll show you the inside here. I'll show you just the interior here. Let's see if we get harassed here. Let's see if we get harassed. And if we get harassed, I'll walk right out. I want to feel the air conditioning. Oh, the air conditioning feels so good. So here it is. Wow, this is, I don't think I've ever remember seeing this empty like this. Look at this. So this was added recently. This was added before the pandemic so people don't get close to the edge. But I have never seen it this empty before. This is surreal. Wow. It's almost like nobody's in here. It's very quiet. It's very quiet. I tell you, you could get the picture you always wanted though. Yeah, it is such a magnificent building. It's very empty. All right, let's go across the street here and let's see what World Trade looks like. Eerily quiet indeed. Okay. The air conditioning felt nice in there. So here's Memorial Plaza. Still closed. But it looks like the museum is open. So this is the North Tower reflecting pool. Susie May with the 420. Thank you so much, Susie May, for $4.20. Bought me half a 6-pack of beer. So it looks like the museum is open. And I'm assuming it's only online ticket sales will get you in there. Looks like the procedure to get inside is very, very procedural. But now let's make our way down. Let's see if we can see a survivor tree. You're more than welcome, Susie May. Now remember the last time we came down here and we saw a survivor tree, it was March and survivor tree was in bloom. As you see now, all the trees here at Memorial Plaza are blooming or have bloomed. Let's see if we can spot out survivor tree. Yeah, it's pretty rough, Cliff. Pretty rough. I'm happy to see though, they're still putting roses, white roses, in for the victims here, for their names. So that's really great to see. Are you gonna intentionally get in this shot? He's gonna intentionally get in this shot. What a jerk. All right, let's see if we can see survivor tree from here. So I'm so happy they're still putting the names in the roses. Is there a problem? The plaza opens at 1 o'clock. Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, the plaza is open from 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Okay. Can you hear the frustration? Did you hear the frustration in my voice? He was eyeballing me. That's why I tripped on the fence. And then I wanted to show you guys the rose, but then he walked over to me. So, all right. Memorial Plaza is open from 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So they have hours. But You think you can't handle it? Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. And at least he was, exactly, at least he was helpful. He just should have been staring, but then again, I think he's bored. So there's Survivor Tree. There's Survivor Tree all the way across. Can you see that one tree with the multiple roots coming out of the bottom? That's Survivor Tree. And that survived both collapse of the World Trade Center. And that tree used to be right in this area over here, where number 3 is standing today. But like I always say, it's not easy to come down here. All right, so that dark tree, it's actually a pear tree. Looks like let's see, St. Nicholas. Let's see. I doubt we have any new word on St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas is definitely not gonna. Well, I mean, I'm breathing pretty okay. I mean, the key to wearing a mask is just make sure your breath is good. So, either wash your mouth out with mouthwash or have a mint. So other than that, it just sucks because, oh, Dark Brook wants the tree. Okay, awesome. Yeah, just get mints. So these trees here, the Memorial Plaza comprises of 274 white swamp oak trees. And then that one tree, the Survivor Tree, that is a pear tree. But then up here, this is Liberty Park. And then we have our last surviving piece of sculpture from the World Trade Center. There's Fritz Cohen's Sphere overlooking Memorial Plaza. And then Liberty Park, Kent is basically goes over a loading dock here for all the shops down below. The Twin Towers were quite an amazing piece of engineering. But looks like the memorial pools are turned off. Nobody in there, so it's perfectly fine. But St. Nicholas, this is so sad. I wish construction was underway in St. Nicholas, but unfortunately they ran out of money. This church was designed by Santiago Calatrava, and just like all of his projects, went crazy over budget, and thus they ran out of money. So hopefully they will get this finished, because once this structure is finished, it's definitely going to anchor the southern end here of Memorial Plaza. And this is, of course, to replace the small little Greek Orthodox church that was destroyed when the South Tower collapsed. But look at the rendering of this building here, and you can see why I get so excited about it. It's a beautiful little church that's got a kind of glow from the inside. This building, like the Performing Arts Center, has a kind of a translucent kind of marble they're going to be using. So simple white color, a warm glow. Is Century 21 still here? Well, let me show it to you. Let me get to the corner here. Because now it's time for the fun part of our tour. We're going to say goodbye to the World Trade Center, while we always remember, we never forget. And we'll be back here soon. It's just crazy seeing it so empty. But we'll be back here sooner than later. Now let's make our way back up to Church Street. And we're going to go right past Century 21. Century 21's still there. It would be really cool at night. The Performing Arts Center, look at the Performing Arts Center rendering. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just a simple cube that's got a glow. Very much like St. Nicholas. It's a shame. Construction has been like this, has been halted like this for, I want to say, over a year now. It's a shame, really. There is very few people down here. Very few people down here, to say the least. Oh wow, the building next door to Burger King's not there yet. Wow, it's not there anymore. This Burger King survived the World Trade Center collapse, and now the building next door is gone. We're in stage 3 now, Rich. We're in stage 3. We went into stage 3 on Monday. It's yesterday. Wow, this looks crazy. This looks insane. It's like a little slice of a building is left. I wonder how tall. Oh, this is probably going to be really tall too. Wow. Toronto is still in phase 2. Wow. So where the old Brooks Brothers is now an Amazon Go. Let's take a look at this. Basically, the only ones down here are construction workers and rent-a-cops. See you later, Alistair Bruce. So you got your Amazon Go, and then here's Century. Century's right there. Got to go visit. Yes, we are going to go visit Double Check. Yes, we are, Susie May. BK is open. When did Brooks Brothers close? I want to say about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Fairly recently. What is Amazon Go? Amazon Go is a very scary store where you could shop without money and only use your cell phone. You're more than welcome, Abby. I'll see you later. And basically you go around the store with your phone and you scan items. And then in most cases you can simply get the item and walk out. So there's the flower that Double Check used to be by. Well, Double Check was in place of where this flower is today. Oh, we got some new markings over there actually. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. This is very interesting. Wow. Social distance markers. Now normally, our friend who we're going to see in a few moments, Double Check, would be sitting right here. And there's actually pictures of him after the World Trade Center collapsed, of him being surrounded by papers and stuff like that and debris from the Twin Towers. Quite famous picture. Firemen that came upon the statue in the hours after September 11th, they thought it was like a person like in shock. But it was just our friend, Double Check. Norman, his name is Double Check, and we're going to go see him right now. His name is Double Check by Johnson Stewart Johnson. So they had to move him because of a very, very horrible people. These horrible people like selling picture books of what happened on September 11th. And they were using Double Check as a marketing ploy to sell their horrible picture books. So the Downtown Alliance had Double Check moved to its current location. And here he is. Let's say hello to him. We haven't seen him since March. I think he's still looking for that pen. He's still looking for that pen. Are you still looking for that pen? Oh, you got bread in your thing now. Did you ever find that pen? Good to see you. He's here. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's still hanging out. It's from 1982. And he's still looking for that pen. He'd be always looking for that pen. But he's got some lunch. Well, I don't know how good of a lunch that is. I'll see you later. I'll see you next time. There's our friend. Good old Double Check. Wow, look how empty Broadway is. It's like, let me do something which I could never do in normal times. I'm gonna stand in the middle of the street here. Wow. Surreal. How often can you do this? Yes, New York is in phase 3. We've been in phase 3 since Monday, since yesterday. All right, I've never seen it like this either. So as we cross Liberty Street here, we have the Helmsley building with its cool piece of sculpture art right here. But then we look across the street to 120 Broadway. This is an Equitable building. This, when it was completed in 1919, this was the world's largest office building. And because of this building, we have the modern day setback rule. And the setback rule basically determines how much sunlight a street gets throughout the day. You see with the Equitable building here, there's no setbacks. So it's quite straight up, and basically Cedar Street here only gets sunlight for about 2 hours a day. So because of this building, the Empire State Building looks like the way it does, with all its setbacks. The question is, can I go inside restaurants and eat now? No, we actually only outdoor eating options are available. They actually were going to bring back indoor eating, but decided not to, looking at some of the information we've gotten from the rest of the country. So no indoor dining, but everything else, tattoo parlors, nail salons, hair salons, barbershops, they're all open. But yes, we were going to have dine-in options, but we decided not to. Yeah, I took the subway out here, Susie May, and we will be ending the live stream in the subway. So I will show you what it looks like inside a subway station. But now we're going to make our way down to Broad Street, and we're going to make our way to the Stock Exchange. So here's Nassau Street, and in front of us, this is the Chase Manhattan Tower, right here. Quite a few people have those, Cliff. Of course, here's the Gold Depository, right here, New York Federal Reserve Bank. If you ever seen the movie Die Hard with a Vengeance, this is where they steal the gold from. It's right here. But now what we're going to do is we're going to walk down Nassau, that becomes Broad Street, and we're going to go say hello to Fearless Girl right now. What are the daily numbers like now? I really have no idea. But the last time I checked, when Cuomo talked yesterday, we had a similar number to the last day I worked. So numbers similar to the beginning of March. Oh, playing music. Oh, Capitol Grill playing the music. Oh, wow, Cliff, that's awesome. Here is Federal Hall. Here's where George Washington, in April 1783. This is where he said his oath to become the first president of the United States. Well, not this building. It's a later on building here. There's very few people out here. It's kind of amazing. You can feel the air conditioning from all the office buildings here in the street. There's so few people out here. There you go, 560 new cases yesterday. So here is Stock Exchange. Yeah, exactly. Unless people kind of enjoy it. Wow, God, this is wild. Wow. This is just, it's like a movie. It's like a crazy movie set. We will be seeing Francis Tavern in a little bit. Here's good old George. One of the first terrorist attacks in New York City happened right here, and that was back in 1921 when somebody exploded a push cart. And you could still see pit marks from that push cart explosion here in this little engraving here. April 30th, 1789. This is where President Washington becomes the first president. But you see all the little markings right there. The House of Morgan, which is right here, they pretty much saved the economy during one of the first Great Depressions. But now let's go say hello to our friend. We wished her a happy birthday on the first International Women's Day. I was hoping she'd be wearing a mask, but she's not. All alone here. Done up in American flags. Of course, the one time I'm here, there's a photographer setting up a camera. The one time. Let's go say hello to Fearless Girl. He's setting up the shot. Setting up the shots. Let's just take this in for a moment here. The stock exchange is open and they are trading as of right now. She's so cool here. We got to corner the frozen orange juice market, Susie. We got to corner the frozen orange juice market. Yeah, right. Oh, I don't know how long it's going to take him to set up. I want to say hello to Fearless Girl. I want to be the crazy person talking to a statue again. An old little buttonwood tree right here in honor of the buttonwood tree that was here where people first traded. I tell you, like the one time I think that she's all alone, she's not alone. Oh my God. I'm gonna sit down. I wanna have my moment with the statue, but he is really trying to set up this shot. Almost looks like a bonsai tree. No, it's a buttonwood tree. So right around the corner from here, there was a buttonwood tree that all the traders used to get together and trade underneath. Probably, right? Oh, right. Yeah. Tell them about the dog statue. Yeah. Yeah. When Fearless Girl was in her original location over on Bowling Green facing the bowl, an artist came out with a statue of a dog peeing on her foot. The statue was quickly removed after just being there a few hours. But what was really funny was that, this guy's dying again to the camera shot. But what was really funny, he literally walked sideways just to get into the camera shot. But what was really funny was that the karma hit this guy really bad and he died 4 months later. So don't piss off Fearless Girl. Do me a favor. Fearless Girl is modeled after a real girl from New Jersey. She was created by Kristen Visbal in honor of International Women's Day. But now they moved her over here because eventually the bull is going to come here. And from the last rendering I saw, Fearless Girl is going to stay right there and the bull is going to go up there in the intersection. And they're going to make this a more pronounced pedestrian plaza. This guy is taking forever to take this shot. This is hilarious. He is really taking forever to take this shot. The great Norman Blake would have already gotten this shot and we would have been moving on already. Oh, it feels good just sitting down out here, and it feels good sitting down and being out here. regardless of how surreal it is and how empty it is. He is still going on. Oh my God. He is still fidgeting with the camera. What the fuck? I think so, Susie May. Susie May, you have two professional photographers here in the comments. You have Norman Blake and Coney Island Jim. And I think they know they're a little something about taking photographs. I'm trying to tell if he's taking like you would have been halfway home already. I don't know if he's taking like long exposures, but can you really take long exposures with the sunlight like this? I know it's the time and day. It's not busy. I mean, when it's not busy like this, you can get your shots off really easy. Look at this shit. He's still going. I don't get this. I don't get this. You can't do long exposures with this kind of light, right? I'm not crazy, right? Oh, this is great. This is great. This is great. Yes. Yes. So let me tell you a story. So I went to the first with an ND filter. Yeah. Okay, you did it with an ND filter. So me and my best friend from elementary school, pre-kindergarten, we went to the first reading of the names at the World Trade Center on the first anniversary of September 11th. And at the end of the reading of the names, we were leaving with a big group of people, and somebody had a dog with them. And in front of all these people trying to leave, the dog just popped a squat and took the biggest of poops you would ever imagine in front of all these people. And for the most part, everyone started laughing. And one person in the crowd said, "You see, look, everything's getting back to normal. The dog is shitting again. So the dog will poop again. That's how life goes on." And in the middle of this great pandemic and all these people dying and all that, the dog will poop again. All right, so it looks like our photographer has finally gotten about 500 million pictures. Let's say hello to our friend. We could finally say hello to our friend. Oh my God, did I miss you? Did I miss you so much? Oh my God. Are you doing good? You don't have a mask on, but I don't care. You get a pass. You get a pass. The dog will always poop again. Aren't you looking good? 3 times on the head. That's what I do. That's what I do with the statues. If you ever notice, pat the statue 3 times on the head for good luck. Okay, onward we go to go see another statue. I am happy out being about. Yeah, it feels good being in the city. I mean, seeing this view like this, and even though the energy is subdued, there's still energy out here. But this is Broad Street. Okay, we're back. Had a little bit of a signal issue again. I tell you, this YouTube app is so glitchy lately. Thank you so much, Laurie. Yeah, this YouTube app is really, really glitchy as of late. So I knew I should have went with my intuition and used Prism Live, but let's continue on with our tour. Let's make our way up Exchange Place. Yeah, a bit of a hiccups. Let's make our way back onto Broadway. And let's go say hello to Morris the Bull. Oh, I can actually smell lunch. I can smell all the food around here right now. It smells good. It's making me really hungry. I had a Nutella milkshake for breakfast this morning, and I'm already hungry. Yeah, 5 foot long, $5 foot long. Lunchtime. Be right back. Yeah. Certainly building up an appetite doing this tour. All right, back on Broadway. Always construction downtown, Norman. Always construction. If New York is not under construction, there's something wrong. Got some outdoor eating options here. And the new bike lane here. I heard about this bike lane. I've only heard about it, my first time seeing it. This is the new floating parking bike lane here. I know, Jim. Everything's gonna kind of pause again. Here's where I get my license, 42 Broadway. And I cannot renew my license as of yet because they haven't begun taking the applications. So me and lots of other tour guides got to renew our licenses. The street is already narrow, but it's now down to 2 lanes instead of 3. I'll show you. See, they have to narrow the street because cars are going too fast on this street to begin with. This truck here, this van here is blocking the view here. Once this van moves over here, right up the block from Morris. We gotta go say hello to Morris next. Now, why do they call him Morris the Bull? Because we're on the corner of Morris Street. But his official name is the Charging Bull. So as you see, you got the bike lane here. And you see I got two travel lanes right there. And then one of these travel lanes goes into this street that was recently incredibly narrowed. This is a 5-mile shared road street. So they actually imagine people walking with cars out here. Good luck with that. But this little intersection here is kind of new. This slow down motor vehicle. Well, it says 5 miles an hour, but he was going clearly more than 5 miles an hour. And here's our good old friend Morris. The Charging Bull statue. Once these people get out of the way, we're going to say hello to him. Looking up Broadway here, Canyon of Heroes. And you could just see the Chrysler Building. The one time I'm out here, right, Norman? The one time I'm out here. There's Chrysler Building. And then the one with the green top, with the green pyramid, that's Woolworth Building. Right there. These guys, just like this is like, I think we have another Fearless Girl situation here. Once again. Let's just say hello. Let's just freak them out and say hello. How we doing, my friend? How we doing? Good to see you. Yes, grab the bull by the horn. Remember, you don't want to grab the bull by the bulls. You want to grab the bull by the horn. But while the Charging Bull statue is always fun, this is where I really come here for. You know, we talk about the desecration of monuments as of late. And good to see you, Tracy Taylor. I know last time I was here, nobody was here. Good to see a native New Yorker. So we're talking about a lot of monuments that have been destroyed recently. And I wouldn't call him a hero there, Rich, but you know, he's done a lot of good. But in this park right here, there was a statue of King George III. And when they read aloud the Declaration of Independence for the first time, there was around 1,500 people listening to that speech. When they listened to that speech, what they did was they came down Broadway, they entered this park right here. This fence here was erected in the 1760s to keep the statue of King George III safe. Well, the people toppled the statue of King George III, sent it off to Brooklyn, and melted it down into musket balls to fight against the British. But this fence was also there. And on these posts right here, you could see it's cut off. This is where the Finnels were. This was the emblem of the Queen and the monarchy. So they cut off the emblems of the monarchy there. And you could still see this remnants today. This is like literally one of the oldest pieces of anything in New York City. But you see every post has the top cut off. If this fence could talk, I tell you what, if this fence could talk, it will certainly have lots of stories. But the statue of King George was literally right there where that fountain is, right in the middle of where that fountain is. This is also New York City's first public park. But there's a great little sign here. Great little sign here about the fence that most people just simply overlook. Here's the Customs House, designed by Cass Gilbert, the same architect who designed the Flatiron Building, and also the Great Hall on Ellis Island. Today is the Museum of Native American. Coming up near the end of the tour. Coming up near the end of the tour. All right, 1771, this fence was erected. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I think we are coming to the end of our tour. It is time to now go underground and onto the subway and put a fork in this tour. So my subway entrance is just up the block here. It was a pretty good tour. Got a little bit frustrated. A couple of things that I'm taking away from this walk through Broadway, down Broadway today is, one, I had to be a little bit more relaxed. I was a little bit frustrated when the guy from the World Trade Center came over to tell me Memorial Plaza was open. So Memorial Plaza is open from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock at night. So that is good to know. But for the kids down at Occupy Wall Street or Occupy City Hall, that's you don't help your cause by scaring away camera people. I understand some people don't want to be on camera, but you should not expect privacy in a public place, especially a plaza, a sidewalk like that. But let's hop on the train. Am I excited? I don't use the flights. I don't use Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm a Next Plane guy. All right, down the stairs we go. Time to end this tour. Whew. Whew. Hot down here. Thanks for the screenshot. And it's very quiet. Doesn't exactly help here. Hey guys, excuse me, please. Sorry, guys. I don't recommend blocking an entire stairway. You're more than welcome for the tour, Miss Glee. Certainly felt good walking down Broadway and seeing everything again. Last time out here was March 18th. So we did it at 1 hour and 48 minutes. It was going for 2 hours, so we're just short of it. Just short of 2 hours by 12 minutes. Let me get to my spot on the train, which is the front of the train. Ooh, and my train is 1 minute away. Thank you so much, Susie May. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's a very long platform. 1 minute. 1 minute until my train. All right, guys. Yeah, right? Most grand tour. Definitely the most grand tour we've done in 3 months. All right, guys. Yeah, me too, Bob. Me too. All right. Okay, yeah. All right, guys. From Whitehall Street, and it's like day and night, right? From Whitehall Street here in Lower Manhattan, this is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones, cherish the moments, and good afternoon, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys soon, folks. Carpe diem. Bye.